Crystals. Of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any brains left on the surface, then we need to find.
Crash! Dad! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Hi guys, how you doing? This is some call me Breezy, and that's no joke, I do get called Breezy. Man, that seems to be a running gag on my videos. But anyway, welcome to this live stream. So I'm doing Crash Bandicoot 2 of N Sane Trilogy, and if anyone seen my video the other day, you have seen that I actually managed to complete the challenge on Crash 3. Yay! Yeah, I didn't get many views for that, did I? So I'm going to try the same thing with Crash 2 and see how far I can get with that.
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot. Welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
So yeah, if you seen my previous video, or should I say videos, you have seen that I attempted to do the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy, all 3 games, by getting to the end boss without losing a single life. And as I previously stated earlier, like a minute ago, I did the challenge on Crash 3 and I managed to complete it. And believe you me, it is really difficult. I mean, it took me months and months to do that one. But I have, like I say, I have actually tried this on Crash 2 as well. So don't worry, I'm not leaving this guy out. And I got as far as 4th warp room, which is pretty impressive. But as you can tell, things get a lot harder as you get to each warp room. So I'm sort of doing the 3 Crash games by level of difficulty, if you will. I mean, Crash 3, I'm sure everyone would agree, is the easiest because you get all the power-ups, such as double jump and all that stuff, which makes it a lot easier. And Crash 2 is a bit more difficult because obviously you don't have the power-ups, but you still have a sliding jump. Whereas Crash 1, you don't get any power-ups at all. So that's you know, by common sense, the most difficult. So yeah, like I say, I will, I'm going to see how far I can get on this one. Who knows, I might actually get to the last boss. But we'll see.
programs are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? You there, Crash?
I have screwed up a few times on some parts. One of them being most common on the polar bear levels. But I've also screwed up a few times on the boss again on the tiny tiger boss. But I'm sure people can forgive me for that because arguably it's one of the more difficult bosses. But I want to get to as far as engine at least. While we're on the subject of Crash Bandicoot, I would love Crash Team Racing and Crash Bash to be remastered for the PS4. That would be amazing.
Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Pardon me. What's a bit of a Swedish meatballs I had? And let's see if I can get to the end of this game, this level before the timer runs out. So a bit of a mini challenge here. And I think I'm going to do a few mini challenges along the way, just to make it a bit more interesting. Got enough sound effects of the updated version. Yeah, I did that little mini challenge.
Crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Now what I find weird is that when you bounce from one enemy to another, you don't get another apple like on the classic version, which seems a bit odd. Don't know why they removed that. I mean, they have changed a few things from the classic, obviously, like the graphics and you know, minor changes to some of the characters and stuff. But the whole double bouncing thing is a bit of a weird one. Why they didn't do that in this game is a bit weird. But still, it's not something that would make me say this is a terrible game. No, far from it. I think this remaster is a remaster done right. Now I have screwed up a few times on these boulder levels before. Which reminds me, is on the level Unbearable, which is in the third warp room, where instead of a boulder you have a giant polar bear chasing you. In that one you get to keep all the masks you collected, but in the other boulder levels you don't. And it's a bit weird because on the original you lose the masks after when you get to all the boulder levels, including Unbearable. Which again is a bit weird. But again, it's still a minor thing. What's also weird is that Cortex said just after the third level he would communicate after completing the fifth level, but he doesn't for some reason. Time to face with Peru. So, with Peru, class is dismissed.
Challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to go.
Ah, now I can play as Coco. That's where I screwed up a few times, but I'm glad I didn't this time. Okay, why does Aku on his sides there? That actually happened when I was on the jet ski. Oh. I fell that bit.